So we're on the property. The drone's about to take off. This is the 28 acres prime hunting land in Wright County, Missouri. And once we get up in the air, I think I think we're a couple hundred feet west of the county road. We'll check that out in a minute, though. So this has got direct county road frontage. It's got a good long trail that goes back to the west. There's the county road right there. So we'll get situated. Okay, facing northerly now. So land sits on the west side, so the left side of the county road. You can see the power is right there on the east side of the county road. And as we'll rotate west in a minute, I'm sure we'll be looking directly at the property, but it sits on the left side of the road. There we go. You can see the driveway right there. And if you look toward the back, coming off that driveway, a few hundred feet back, you'll see the clearing where the truck is parked. So that's kind of our starting point. We're on the east side, and I assume we're going to do a full flyover here. The meadow that you see on the right, that borders the north side of part of the property, and that's one of the reasons why the hunting is spectacular. The deer come right across that meadow into the trees for cover, and this particular tract has got a trail running, hundreds of yards deep into the property, so that actually gives you a potential shooting lane as the deer cross from that field. So that's the first, I guess what we'd call the first clearing on the property. There are a couple of them. This hasn't been mowed out for several years, so bring your brush hog or your weed whacker to really clean it up. And there's a trail that keeps going off of that cleared site. You really can't see it, but I believe we do walk that trail in the video as well, in the listing page. So going over the property, to the left, that's a neighboring property. And then once we get back, there you can see the trail on the right, lower right part of the screen. We get back to about this point, the property widens out substantially. And if you look on the map, you'll see there's another potential clear. Kind of see it on the left, maybe. I'm not sure. It's been a while since this was mowed. Okay, straight down from where we are, looking straight down and toward the middle, that's the second clearing. And then as we look out westerly, now you're looking at the bulk of the property. So it's got a little gravel creek bed that crosses over it. It's got some other trails that would definitely have to be cleaned up to be usable again, but amazing for hunting, for deer and turkey hunting. This area is great. This is an extremely private property. Even when you get to that very first building site where the truck is parked, you're already 100% private. I mean, the trees and the brush and everything, they're so thick that you just can't see anybody else from the property. It's great. So we're just taking a look. I mean, it's basically entirely wooded, other than, of course, the trail and a couple of small sites. There's a meadow to the west. The property doesn't directly join that meadow to the west. And now looking northerly, I believe, the little creek on this property, the little creek bed, it's going to be a seasonal creek, flows northerly into Crooked Creek, which then flows into the Gasconade River. The Gasconade River, there's a good public access point only about 2-3 miles east of this property. So fishing, canoeing, floating, all that good stuff, you've got that at your doorstep as well. So now I think we're going to head back to the east because there's about a minute left. Look toward the left side of the screen and you can see that trail. So right now we're over what I would call the middle site on the property. And I think we're just going to follow that trail back toward the east. Exceptional property for hunting and recreation. Of course, it's buildable. Going to have basic property covenants that if you're a hunter or recreation person, they don't affect you one bit. If you're building any kind of standard residence, they don't affect you one bit. If you want to have a smaller hunting cabin that you use while you're hunting and camping on the property, they don't affect you one bit. Just basic stuff to keep the area looking decent, keep your property value nice and high. Okay, so now back to the county road. So really nice tract. I mean, it's actually fairly rare that we have anything that has county road frontage, has the electric available, has a good existing trail, has several cleared sites. I mean, this is ready to go. Like we mentioned earlier, it hasn't been mowed for a while, so be aware of that. But basically, you can bring your weed whacker and you can pull your truck and trailer right to that first site. That's big enough that you could get a good-sized fifth wheel in there. You could set up camp, and you could be hunting immediately. So excellent track. Check out the website to see the availability on this.